Clerk will now read Order 178, 22, 23.
Order 178, 23, 22, 23.
Yeah.
Is it right? It should be 23, 24. Yeah. 23, 24, receiving and referring to the Finance Committee to Portland Board of Public Education's fiscal year 2025 budget estimate and setting a public hearing thereon, sponsored by Daniel West, City Manager.
Chair will defer to the manager for comment.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Chair Lentz from the school board, as well as Superintendent Scallon, are present this evening. As most of the public know and the council knows, right now we've already had two joint school and city finance committee meetings, and those meetings are a time when, especially on the 28th of March, where the committee dived in with Chair Tararo, going over the specifics of the budget for the schools and really going line by line through them. I think there was a presentation, if I remember correctly, about 15 slides, the superintendent reminded me, that was attached at that time to those materials. And so I just would refer everybody to that presentation. I thought it was pretty comprehensive and gives a good understanding of their budget. I've actually asked that that be connected to and uploaded to the materials this evening, so that if the public would like to access that, they can see that. With that said, this is just a pro forma order referring the budget to the committee and making sure that we set those public hearing dates, which will occur in May. There are two hearing dates on our two meetings in May, which are May 6th and May 20th. And if you have any specific questions, like I said, both Chair Lentz and Superintendent Scallon are present and would be happy to answer anything.
Thank you, City Manager. Does the superintendent or the chair of the Board of Education wish to comment in advance of public comment? They decline. Is there any public comment on this order? And the topic is reference to the Finance Committee.
George Rowe, again, West Bay side. So we all know that right now, because it comes up later in the agenda, that May 6th is going to be a very busy night. Unlike tonight, where if it wasn't for my yakking, you'd probably already be out of here. You are going to have a very big meeting, okay? I assume a lot of people are going to be coming out for and against the school budget, hopefully mostly for, because I think you've, orchestrated things so there isn't as much controversy as we've seen in past years. But a lot of people will want to, have their 2 cents added, and I'm certainly in support of that. But the Portland Museum of Art has a really important night that night on your schedule. And this is unfortunately what has been happening a lot with our city council over the last few years is you have meetings that literally are like, snap of a fingers, 45 minutes, in and out. And then you have these like 6-hour marathons. And those 6-hour marathons on, throwing a whole bunch of really complex issues that people care about and want to weigh in on and want to know what you have on your brain about, those get short shrift. People get tired. People don't have time to, speak at 9:30 at night or, wait in line outside, they have to figure out where their kids are going to be and who's going to put them to bed and, where they're going to get some food to eat. Because a lot of places close around here now after like 8 and 9 o'clock at night. So anyway, I think you should have a special meeting for our school budget. I mean, it's that important. I always wonder because in August and early September, there's always this idea that we need all this extra time to print ballots, to get our ballots to the printer. In time to have them printed up for the election and absentee ballots. For some reason, we can wait until, I guess, May 20th and still have our ballots printed without any problem for a June 11th, ratification vote. I don't quite know, like maybe we should use the same printer for June as we, in August, let's use the fast one all the time instead of the slow Pony Express. But I don't know why we can do that, but don't schedule two extremely controversial things on the same night because you know what's going to happen. Neither one of them are going to get justice done to them. And somebody's going to go away, probably have to, be there at a very late hour. And it's probably going to affect the quality of your debate, your discussion, and your deliberation. And it's certainly going to make a lot of your constituents very angry and grumpy. So again, you guys have the ability, the city manager and of course the mayor, ultimately, you control the agenda. If you want to bunch things up and you want to have agenda chaos, then you can orchestrate it. You can also unorchestrate it by making sure that business gets done effectively and spread out enough so that we don't have to have controversy all on one night and then crickets for the next 6 weeks after that. Thank you.
Is there anyone else willing to offer public comment on the motion to refer? Seeing none, I defer to the city manager.
I just wanted to weigh in. We've thought a lot. We work very closely with the mayor and the executive office trying to manage the agenda. Sometimes, as you all know, sometimes items just sort of come up and we have to try to work it the best way we can. I would note that action on the school budget and action on the city budget are not going to happen until the second meeting in May. That is the May 20th meeting. And so we have 2 public hearings for both of those items. With that in mind, we've looked at past meetings and consistently, although we've received some comment at that first meeting, it's been more prolific at the second meeting, on the time that since the Finance Committee's recommendation will be in front of you at that point. And so we feel that this is going to manage the meeting pretty well. There'll be those 2 hearing dates, as well as Mr. Rowe just noted, the Portland Museum of Art item. And we will do our best to try to manage through that, but this looks like the way that it's going to have to shake out for May, but we are very cognizant of what's on the agenda and what's before you.
All right, then. Any other public comment? Public comment is closed. I'll take a motion from the.
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Chavarro, seconded by Councilor Rodriguez. Discussion. Seeing none, are we ready to vote? All right. This one too will be by hand. All those in favor? Matters referred.